Welcome to Red Eye. It's like, what's my line? If by what, you mean where? Let's go to TV's Andy Levy for our pregame report. Andy, what's coming up on tonight's show?
Thanks, Greg. Coming up on the big show tonight, did Balloon Boy and the Heaney family pull off the greatest hoax of all time? We report. You say, don't forget about the moon landing. Plus, does smarmy talk show host Bill Maher think vaccinations are part of a conspiracy on the part of the medical profession? Some say he's crazy, but others say he's completely out of his mind. And finally, child rapist Roman Polanski is transferred from prison to a Zurich hospital due to an undisclosed medical condition. We'll investigate how long it will be before he's on a flight to Libya. Greg?
I think it's pronounced Zurich. But anyway, thank you, Andy.
I've got depth of perception in my text, y'all. I get props at my mention because I vex y'all. Greg?
I suppose he's right. I really am not going to go out of my way to prove it. See you later, Andy. Let's welcome our guests. I'm here tonight with Fox News Channel anchor Patty Ann Brown. She's so hot they use her saliva to de-ice airplanes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Exhausting.
Jesse, it is exhausting, Patty Ann. Don't interrupt me. Jesse Joyce, writer and comedian. He's so smart that Rubik's Cubes spend hours trying to solve him. They just tear his clothes off and put it back on. Weird. Bill Schultz, he reeks of cabbage and isolation. Also a little peppermint. Yeah. And sitting right next to me, the dynamite attorney Tamara Holder. Tamara Holder. Camera. It sounds like camera. She's so intelligent that when she was born, she came with an answer key. Aww. And you'd beat him to death with a crowbar simply because it's a great aerobic workout. It's our New York Times correspondent. Good to see you again, Pinch.
Want to Singapore? Go visit Singapore. Find a lady boy to have a flingapore. Only in this weekend's travel section. Greg?
Well, that's not really good advice. Okay, it's a story. It's a story so unbelievable, you might call it unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I'm not even knowing what I'm doing here anymore. The whack job parents of Balloon Boy are now facing felony charges after authorities reported the whole thing was the opposite of not made up. FYI, my pet guinea pig, Captain Snowball, was right all along. The hoax apparently had been planned for 2 weeks, that's 14 days, Bill, and was a marketing ploy by Richard and Naomi Heaney to land a reality TV deal in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Colorado authorities said Monday that they don't expect to bring charges until at least next week. We asked a horse to comment.
Oh, yes.
I didn't quite hear that. Can we see that one more time?
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That's slow motion, too.
You
No
gotta
animals were harmed.
never stand behind a horse, Patty Ann Brown.
Yes.
I got to ask you, Patty Ann.
Or me.
Should these parents see the inside of a prison?
Absolutely, and you know, everyone's talking about the expenses of the search, but really the big issue here is the exploitation of these kids. I mean, starting with wife swap, the show is not about swapping wives, it's about swapping kids. These mothers go and mother somebody else's family, and their kids are told, you're going to have some strange woman coming and being your mother. It's just horrible. I mean, if adults want to swap spouses, go for it, but we're talking about kids.
Narrow-minded.
I know.
So narrow-minded. The whole idea of swapping kids is awesome. Now, I think that I think these kids should go to jail too, because I think they're every bit as involved in this. But they should go to little kids jail, which is got something kind of.
Now that's a reality show.
That is a reality. Camera. Yeah. I'm calling you Camera just to
It's easier that way,
yes.
right?
Okay. You're a lawyer.
I'm a criminal defense lawyer.
You're a criminal defense lawyer. These guys, what are the odds that they're gonna end up either paying for all of the money that had to be spent in order to find Balloon Boy? Are they gonna go to jail? Did they commit any crimes?
They definitely committed crimes. I think they committed a conspiracy. They were planning this idea. But what's interesting is I think the father is so whacked out and so crazy. Have you seen his YouTube videos where he I don't know, analyzes Mars?
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if he's even fit to go to trial.
Yeah.
So no, she's got the insanity defense.
Well, not
I would do the same
necessarily
thing.
insanity, but you always, as an attorney, do a BCX or behavioral clinical exam on somebody, and if they're not fit, then they don't even go to trial to even allege the insanity defense.
Right.
He is whacked out.
Okay, Camera, I want to save you some time on all of this, all these tests, all those legalese. Look at the guy's hair. Take a look at his hair. When you're a man over the age of 40 and you have like Goldilocks or the kind of haircuts, bangs,
Anthony Michael Hall bangs.
It's just not. It doesn't work. And I think that I always talk about Ahmadinejad and a lot of when they have crazy hair, they're crazy people. You can just bypass everything. Jesse, I go to you. Some people Meaning people, I'm just saying hypothetically, they probably don't even exist. But some people might say that it's America's fault because our mentality fosters the idea of reality TV stardom. And we're creating a nation of people that would rather be known for something than known for doing something.
Well, I'll tell you this, the only thing, the silver lining on this whole thing is I admire the fact that they're willing to turn themselves in to, quote, save the children the public spectacle and humiliation of being arrested in their presence. Because they wanted the kids to keep their dignity, you know?
Yeah.
Like the kind of respect that they earn from their peers from having a dad who traded his wife on national TV with another redneck family. You know, what I'm talking about, Greg, is the kind of nobility that they carry themselves with because their unemployed dad was building an enormous aluminum foil balloon in their backyard, you know? I'm talking about the kind of self-respect that you carry yourself with when you're a 6-year-old in first grade named Falcon. You know what I'm talking about, Greg? That kind of dignity.
Child services should be called in because they named him Falcon, Greg. Forget about the hoax.
Bill, I gotta ask you, this dad, you could call him a trouble genius. He believed in shape-shifting aliens, lizards. He thought the world was gonna explode in 2012. Give me one reason why I shouldn't replace you with him.
Well, first of all, I am currently, nor will I be, serving jail time in the near future. Second of all, my bangs are awesome and age appropriate. And third of all, I would like to read a tweet that I wrote at 4:02 p.m. October 15th, nary minutes after this whole thing first started. Over under on this being a dad orchestrated hoax to get this fam on TV again? Question mark. Now, Greg, I'm not saying that I'm the first brave soul to throw that out there while the kid's life might be in danger. But what I am trying to say is I was the first brave soul to throw that out there, even though the kid's life might have been in danger. You're welcome, America.
I also like the fact that you were able to, one of the few people in 2009 to still wear the hood and the coat together.
Well, I'm trying to bring it back like he is Anthony Michael Hall Banks.
Well, here's my idea for a TV show. If they're going to do a TV show, call it Shame. Because, people will do anything to get on TV. Just do a show called Shame. You come out there, we shame you. We shame you, then we ignore you. I think that's a great idea for a show.
Or another show could be like, how long can you keep your kid hidden in the attic before authorities find you? It could be like hide and seek, kind of.
Well, but here's the thing. If they are expected to pay for all of the money that they have wasted throughout this entire thing, whether it be the Coast Guard called in, the media expense, they are going to have to get that reality TV show that they desperately want.
The reality
money.
The TV show has to be called How to Pay Off That Debt. And they have to take all these really odd jobs, usually working for late night talk show hosts in their basement doing weird things. From a balloon to a buffoon, talk show host Bill Maher is taking some shots for his opposition to vaccinations. See how that worked? On his latest HBO show, Real Time with Bill Maher, Maher argued with heart surgeon and former Republican Senator Bill Frist that people should not get the swine flu vaccine, even pregnant women who are among the most vulnerable to serious complications from H1N1. That's the virus, by the way. After being called out by many health professionals and the New York Times, an actual paper, Maher decided to address the issue again on this week's episode, much to the pain and suffering of his guests. Roll tape, tape rollers.
Maybe there are some occasions where an inoculation is a wise thing to do. I hope not. I hope I would never have to have one because, to present it just as this genius medical advancement, no, it's actually a risky medical procedure. Well, they do some stupid things, and you're not a nut for asking about them. A lot of people have said, well, Bill, there are people now dying of the swine flu who are in good health. By whose standards? Hospitals serve Jell-O. The science is not settled. Well, I was attacked for saying we should look into this, and I don't believe in it, and lots of people feel the same way. This is not settled science like global warming. That's what they're trying to say, is that it's as crazy as fighting global warming or evolution.
It is amazing. So he actually believes more in global warming than he does vaccinations. So many wonderful parts. Watching the panelists sit there, it was so awkward. It was more awkward than this show. I mean, generally 90% of the time of this show, people are like this, going like, what are we doing here? That was amazing. Alec Baldwin looked positively terrified. And I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. I got to ask you, Jesse, the best part about this is that he made Alec Baldwin, for once in his life, appear like the sensible one.
That's infuriating. Screw you, Bill Maher, for making Alec Baldwin the voice of reason in this situation. I was like clinging to every word that Alec Baldwin had to say. It was ridiculous. I'm waiting for next week's show when like Joaquin Phoenix comes on and has to talk him out of not believing in the Holocaust.
Exactly. It's weird.